Outstanding pitching going. Only 22 runs allowed in the first 10 games this season, fewest ever.
Sparkling 1.15. Boy, oh boy.
Hyundai starting lineup for the Marlins. They try and pitch around a 25-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the northeast.
Well, Toyota numbers, and you can look at the
ball rate is better than ever. So go figure. Fastball away to Edwards, a ball and a strike. I mean, it's obviously a small a cutter and a changeup. And his slider is hit out in the air to shallow right. That's blowing away from Soto, and it's going to drop for a base hit.
Well, the Mets didn't come out and take BP on the field today. They hit inside.
Dowers, the right fielder, and he pops one up into shallow left. Lindor angling out and calling, and puts it away for the first out of the game.
That's the start at second base. Out in the outfield, Tyrone Taylor, much deserved.
Mile-an-hour wind gusting to 33 as Matt Mervis takes
his two hands on pop-ups.
Mervis takes that sweeper for a strike, and it's 1-1. Mervis playing first base today. Start for the Mets is first at home, and he blows a fastball past Mervis. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I would think, though, that today of all days, you're going to
solid contact.
And Mervis breaks his bat as he fouls off a changeup, and he's going to have to go back for a new stick.
And it stings.
Well, obviously the fly balls are an issue with all the wind, but how does the wind affect you?
That can be a problem, but the dirt today does not kick up.
Griffin Conine waiting on deck, checking it for in that stretch, and that was Kilvio Veras, a one-time Met. And the breaking ball gets Mervis for the second out.
Boy, that was
this night. Edwards at first with 2 down. The first changeup misses high, ball 1. Not a diving grab going toward the line. And the changeup misses. 2 balls, no strikes to Conine. And it's called strike, and it's 2-1. In fact, they closed the. I saw Steve Gelbs wearing a hat, swinging a foul tip, 3-2. We teased him the other. Gets set to run. The 3-2 misses ball 4, and so Holmes has had a problem with walks early.
Frozen tundra.
Well, if you're really a Packer. Last night, 2 on and 2 out in the opening inning. And the first pitch sinking for the Marlins. Both these teams have been playing a lot of close games early in the year. Mets, so it's been nip and tuck, and that one just missed the outside corner. Fastball from Holmes, 3-0, and he comes inside and misses ball 4. So back-to-back walks issued by Holmes, and that'll get him fit.
A blustery day, obviously freezing, but he has not had his command.
It's cold, Keith,
against the Yankees, and it snowed. It's cold.
How'd you do that day?
One cold ballpark in April and September.
Here's Liam Hicks, the left-hand batting catcher. Bases loaded, 2 out, and the first sinker from Holmes back in this inning. And Hicks takes a fastball strike, and it's 0-2, 1-1. Last night, and he strokes one down the left field line. That's going to drop for a base hit. Edwards in to score. Conine right behind him. Stopping at second is Lopez. Liam Hicks with
slider right down the middle, just kind of hung, and he was tardy on it. Just kind of flared it out there in the opposite field.
Rick Hill, the center fielder, who's been sitting out the last almost week now with a back problem, back in the lineup today. And he drives one to right center field. Back in the gap goes Taylor, and he runs it down on the warning track. Sanger behind the plate. Luis Torrens bruised forearm, a little bit worse today. And
numbers so far this year, and I was mistaken in the open, folks. He had 4
hits in 5 innings. And Lindor takes fastball up and in for ball 1. Got to get to 5 today. And that one in at the letters for a strike with a cutter. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thankful for that. In addition to the cold and the wind, now you have and that cutter misses up and in, and Gillespie falls behind. And Lindor blasts one to deep right field. Back goes Stowers at the wall. It's out of here. Francisco. Consecutive game, and this time he circles the bases. 34th at bat of the year, his first home run.
And he crushed that one.
21st career leadoff home run for Lindor, his third double that gave the Mets their first run. And he takes a slider up and in for ball one.
3-1 count, gets a fat. Another look from the backside. Yeah, boy, you got all of that. What color are those shoes, Garrett?
I believe those are Columbia blue streak. And he flies one out to left. And Conine waits for it.
After what Lindor went through last year, the first.
Well, who knows what he's capable of if he's hitting this early in the season. Pete Alonso's been the Mets' hottest hitter early in the third highest slugging percentage in the league at .657. And he pulls one on the ground to shortstop. Handling it is Sanoha, and the throw across the diamond, 2 outs.
In the outfield, first at short. And as Gary mentioned earlier, Derek Hills missed a week first start.
Squadron of runners on base and takes high for ball one. So you saw the rookie designate. That's something you expect to see in September, but you rarely see it the first 2 weeks of the season.
And not so much. A lot of kids from AAA.
I think it was the Houston Colt 45s in 1963 who became. And back to a slider in for a strike to Nimmo. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Favors, and that's how the Marlins got him. Check swing foul. It's Marlins staff right now that is. Some of the Marlins starters get healthy.
They've pitched actually pretty well so far this going into the second week of the season.
And he threw a fastball by Nimmo. 3 pitches, 3 outs. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball. So Holmes gets Paul. So San Diego's 9-2. The Giants are 8-2.
Half game behind.
Here's Sanoha lacing one to the left center for a base hit. Taylor gets over
there. So the Padres are just off to a rollicking start.
Here's Xavier Edwards, and he swings at a first pitch fastball and fouls it off. Edwards hit a fly ball to right that blew away from Soto. Sinker misses away to Edwards. Ball and a strike.
Shadows.
% ground ball rate this year as he spins that sweeper on the outside corner for a strike. 1-2. 1-2 coming, and Edwards fouls off the sweeper.
Edwards swung a good bat
to rise.
Yes.
Fights off that sinker to stay in the at bat. And Max Kepler lined out to left field. And that was the inning.
Might have been 3 hard hit balls. We don't know how hard.
7th pitch of the at bat to Edwards, and that sweeper misses low. Full count.
Speaking.
First and 1 out. He's not running, and the 3-2 is fouled back. Well, that was impressive by Stanek 7th inning, which allowed Mendy to run him out there for the 8th. Strike 3 called, and it's a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Slider outside from Connor Gillespie as we start the bottom of the second.
I thought Mark, he walked 3 times last night. I thought he made progress.
Do everything. Chopped down to third, handled by Paulie, and the throw across the diamond to get Vientos 1 away. Darling's 2 for 11 to begin the year. He does lead the league in 1 category, though. He's already been hit by 3 pitches.
Yes.
Floats one down the right field side, and that hits off the plane. And Marte tops one foul on a sweeper. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
A lot of guys have their back foot on the chalk in the back. So he likes to be in front of the plate. And, you know, it's a hitter's preference.
That one sails over his head.
Oh, yeah, that was Bull Durham right there.
One of the problems.
It's a gut check here.
The pop up down the right field line that'll go foul.
Your feet were. That's how I stood. One guy that was very widespread was a former Met and a home run hitter. Who's your hip rotation?
3-2 to Marte, and that's too high, ball 4. So Marte works out a walk, and the Mets have a 1 out. Other than the getting caught stealing, taking off too early. But he had a couple of hits and drove in a run.
Well,
Taylor takes a high fastball. Taylor bluffing a bun with the third baseman Paulie playing back.
So let's
behind 2-0 on Taylor. And Tyrone takes cutter. And it's popped up. Third baseman Paulie waiting for it, barely has to move. And that's the second out. Down to the field taking batting practice before the game.
33. Boy, time flies. And you know, needs to play every day.
Beatty tops one down to first, handled easily by Mervis, and that retires the side. So a walk and one left after 2.